So this is not very pop punk. So earlier today, I uploaded a very short video showcasing Dale Jr. making interview comments where he said the new NASCAR Gen 7 car slows down really quickly. In fact, it actually slows down too quick, and he was having to change his braking style because the car was just a beast under braking. And I paired it with a clip of a guy testing out the Gen 7 car at the new LA Coliseum track in iRacing, where for whatever reason under braking, he just couldn't get the car to slow down and would go face first into the wall. This is just the latest in a long list of discrepancies between real-world car handling traits and what happens in iRacing, which often they don't match up. I even gave the guy credit in the video description, which I typically don't do just because I'm lazy, and even told people to go check out his channel because he makes good content. And it kicked off a pretty interesting discussion with people blaming either the default setup as the culprit or claiming it was the tires themselves and not the brakes that are getting overstressed too quickly, and they lock up too fast, and it basically loses front grip. Not actually the first time we've heard of something like this being a problem in iRacing. Chase Elliott mentioned this directly on NASCAR Race Hub a few months back.
The iRacing thing, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I've made like one lap on here total ever on iRacing, so, but it's different. And just the way the cars react and the cars drive is just different. Road course racing is really tough because it's really hard to feel the brake pedal and really understand kind of what you're doing with the brakes and how close you are to locking up and those type of things. So it's different. I don't expect much of myself.
And that's probably where things should have ended, but they didn't. I got instead a lesson on crazy iRacers. So it started with a really weird YouTube notification where someone in the iRacing content creators comments pinged my video and said, "Hey, this guy used a clip of your video without giving you credit." And that's just a lie. This is one of the few times I actually did give someone credit for this stuff. Realistically, this was just some kid who forgot to click the see more on the description of the video. So I responded just pointing that out, and then he instead doubled down and says, "Well, typically you're supposed to give someone credit if you use their clips." Well, I did. I don't understand what you're upset about. We're somehow not done yet. The guy who made this iRacing LA Coliseum shakedown video, first of all, he tries saying it's his fault he ran into these handling issues and not the game's, when it's already been established that, yeah, it actually is a problem, and even, Chase Elliott's having an issue with it. And then he takes things a step further and says he's actually going to file a copyright claim if I don't take the video down. This is someone who has around 1,000 views per video of them just playing iRacing, the same way I will just randomly stream myself or upload vids of myself playing AC. There's thousands of channels like this within the sim racing community. And he's acting like his videos are his intellectual property and there's copyright to protect, and that I somehow either did damage or took away tangible revenue from him. This is just kind of pathetic at this point. Someone in a corner of the internet who just uploads videos of themselves playing iRacing for a couple hundred people at most will delude themselves into thinking they're somehow a brand that needs to protect their copyright and start abusing the copyright complaint system. A system that was originally put in place so people couldn't just game the system by uploading full-length movies on YouTube and then reeling in the ad revenue. It's now being used to just fuck with people in the sim racing community that you don't like. Which is great, that's not a can of worms at all, but oh no wait, we're not done yet. People are probably going to ask me what if the shoe was on the other foot and it was your content someone else was using. Well, that actually happened before. Someone has uploaded a mirror of some of my old videos that I had to take down momentarily. I didn't really have a problem with it. I don't give a fuck at all. I'm not trying to make money off YouTube. I haven't deluded myself into thinking my YouTube channel with 3.5k subs is a brand and an IP that I need to protect at all costs. There's also this little channel called RaceVic with 500,000 subs that used some of my content in his F1 retrospective video. I didn't give a fuck. I mean, he gave me credit, but he didn't ask me, and I didn't throw a hissy fit over it. I thought that was kind of cool. That's apparently a radical stance. I hope this is an isolated incident and people, over the next couple hours drop in the comments saying oh, that's so-and-so, he's known for being a bit of a dweeb like that. So I hope this is an isolated incident, but I also know there's a chance that it might not be because I've seen this before. You guys may or may not know I run the NASCAR 03 fan site and our 2003 encyclopedia. It's basically just my personal mod and car set collection dating back to the game's launch. When I first started it years ago on Tumblr, I left DM submissions open, and that was a mistake. One NASCAR 03 fan site basically took offense to this and began spamming my Tumblr blog with false DMCA reports, believing the cars they had created for NR03, the actual car skins, were their own IP, which is not how that works. And others felt the need to enact their homosexual fantasies in my inbox, such as this man who decided it was the right time to tell me that he masturbates to my great-grandpa. And scat porn. Why is it always scat porn? This story has a happy ending. One of the guys involved in this behavior, it turns out, was a convicted felon who stole 40 grand worth of electronics from Walmart over a 1-year period. So that's a neat little tidbit I should probably include. Anyway, if the sim racing community keeps acting creepy like this, people aren't going to want to play with you anymore.